I think I forgot a quotation mark in the title, but what's good, everybody? GZTV back with another video, and today we're going to be reviewing the 5th episode of season 1 of Euphoria. We have 3 more episodes after this till we're done with the first season, and overall we have 11 more episodes in this series, and it has been a roller coaster of a ride so far. There's been a lot of disturbing stuff, there's been a lot of shock value in the show, there's been a lot of open to discussion moments on this channel, and I've enjoyed every single bit of it. I mean, you got the bruised necks, you got the hopeful hearts, you got the cold shoulders in this episode, all sorts of emotions being betrayed. Um, Last week's episode, it ended with violence, real and threatened violence. Um, there's some roller skating in this episode. Compared to the last episode, it's a little more of a softer touch, I guess. Um, a lot of things happen in this episode. Maddie's injuries come to light, and no one is happy about them. No one. Cassie and McKay make up. Kat wears a body harness. Normal kid stuff, I guess, being kinky, being a weird teenager. Yeah, let's talk about Maddie and Nate's situation, because they definitely got highlighted in this show. Maddie knew who she was from a very young age. She knew who she wanted to be. So this episode highlights like the childhood of Maddie. I'm not sure who's going to be next. Possibly Cassie. That's probably the only other person. As we watch a little Maddie dancing and lip singing to Madonna's Lucky Star, Nate's girlfriend was a pageant girl and she was great at it until a pageant official got arrested for child molestation, not of her, and her parents deemed her done. Oh, I thought it was against her. Okay. So yeah, pretty much her career ended when her career in being a pageant queen, whatever you fucking call it, when her teacher got, or when her official got arrested. So that's interesting. Her mom is an esthetician. Her dad a drunk, and Maddie has not had much in the way of ambition in her life pretty much ever. She's not your typical popular girl in high school, to be honest. Most high school girls that are popular are very privileged. I wouldn't say Maddie is. Their only source of income is her mom working at a nail salon. Her dad's drunk. She's not dumb. She figured out way back exactly how to manipulate Nate, every man in her life, with her charm. They want something they can own and possess, and she gives them full ownership of her body, pretty much, is how she manipulates people. So she practiced porn poses and dropped hints about what she'd like Nate to buy her. Hint, hint, get me this, Nate, type of thing. Sharon Stone's fur coat from Casino, for instance, like that girl is like her spirit animal, as they called it, and knew that even despite what happened to the carnival, she'd love him, and that thought sickened her, because it's a very toxic situation, going on with her and Nate. You know what I mean? It really sucks. Like, even if Nate probably shot her and she survived, she'd probably still like the guy. Like, it's a very toxic dynamic. Cal is at work when he gets a call and is summoned to high school. The high school where Nate's mom and a cop are waiting for him. Uh-oh. He's sure they're coming for him, so he excuses himself to vomit in the boys' room before he knows exactly what's going on. So he's thinking, oh, Jules reported me to the police. I'm gonna be labeled as a child predator for the rest of my life. That's what he was thinking. Obviously, that didn't happen to him. His son pretty much took the hit. What actually happened is Maddie passes out in class after not eating all weekend, off the Molly, probably didn't want to eat. Maddie, the paramedics show up. They realize that the turtleneck and hoodie she's wearing are covering up bruises on her neck, so her passing out was the worst thing to happen in their relationship. When the school administration starts to investigate, the chili incident at the carnival comes to light, so they know she probably instigated Nate hurting her. And pretty soon, the cops are there to talk to Nate. People should probably know by now that Nate is a bad person, so there is a lot of suspicion surrounding this guy. When Maddie's mother finds out what's going on, she wants to press charges against Nate. For most parents, this would be terrible news. For Cal, it's nothing but relief, because he's like, oh, I didn't want to get in trouble. Let my son get in trouble. He still has a lot of life ahead of him. That's not a very good way to look at it, but yeah, he talks to Nate alone and asks if the accusations are true. Did you do it? Obviously, Nate's gonna fucking say no. He lied, like the piece of shit he is, even to his father, At the police station, Maddie's belligerent when the cops ask her to take off her sweater. She doesn't want to show it, even though everyone knows she got abused at the carnival. So they restrain her and cut it off her, then swab the concealer off and photograph her rather extensive bruises. So they know she has makeup. They know she's somewhat trying to hide it. Whoever did this to you doesn't love you, the female detective says. I can agree, but at the same time, it's just a toxic relationship. What else can I say? In another interrogation room, while Cal watches, Nate plays the reticent, loving boyfriend role to the hilt, vowing his love for Maddie while dropping quiet accusations that she was on drugs the night of the attack. See, and that she might have been with another guy the night of the carnival, which she wasn't. You're lying. Maddie did not hook up with someone else. She might have talked to someone, but she didn't hook up. She's never cheated on you, really. When you guys were on breaks, yeah, she would go with other guys, but that's warranted. Like, she deserves to do that, you know? He's being very toxic here because he's like, I love her, but she did drugs. I'm gonna snitch on her. You know what I mean? It's very weird. He's very much of a snitch. Yeah. Every time I think I can't hate this kid anymore, he one-ups himself. He gets worse and worse as the series goes. He becomes even more of a hateable character as you keep going. Later on, Cal, dominant daddy, has another rendezvous at the motel, but he really just wants to talk to his new friend. He doesn't want any sexual exploits. He doesn't want any of that. He wants to talk to this guy. Do you think this stuff affects them even if they don't want it? They don't know it. He goes on to muse about his son's anger, not just anger but rage, and it scares him because it's too late. Yeah, his son's already angry enough. He's already ruined people's lives enough. But the tryst, of course, doesn't have any answer. It's a gay male he's with. He wants to just have sex. That's what he came to his fucking house for, dude. That's what Tinder hookups for. Tumblr hookups. No, not Tumblr. What's the gay app called? I don't know. Maddie spirals after the incident, screaming at her mom and sending Nate hundreds of texts he doesn't answer. Is that because he's not allowed to answer it? I don't know if his parents took his phone. I didn't ever figure that out. Oh, I guess he didn't want to answer because then the police would have leads on him or something like that. They already know he probably did it, but he didn't want to make it worse. Very smart on his part, but at the same time, you're an asshole, so I can never defend anything you do. Maddie is absolutely destroyed, and not the way you would think a assault victim would be destroyed. But when she gets a notification that he wants to meet her at the same motel his dad is just leaving, she runs over there as fast as humanly possible. Nate opens the door to his room, and she falls into his arms. Toxic. It just keeps happening. They just keep going back to each other. Rue masturbated on this episode. It didn't show anything. Let's not forget Zendaya has a no nudity clause on the show. There's not a thing on the planet Earth that compares to fentanyl. That's not true. Except Jules. Okay, fair enough. But she'll stick to just hanging out with the blonde for now, she tells us. Rue's mom susses out? What? That Jules slept over, that they're in a relationship or something, but warns Rue that she's delicate right now. What? Rue says they've talked and they're going to take it slow. Aside from getting rules tattooed on the inside of her bottom lips, that doesn't seem like they're taking it very slow. They're very dedicated to each other. That's a pretty cool combination of names. Rules, that's cool. Jules hasn't told Rue what happened with Tyler, and she might not. And she shuts down any conversation about Nate, Cal, or their family. No, they're not bad people. I'm not going to talk about them, because if I talk about them, they're going to fucking hurt me, is what's going to happen. And when Rue casually floats the idea of blackmailing Cal so they could get money to do fun stuff, hey. Jules announces that they're never to talk about it again and marches to the lazy room for a private freakout. Jules is like, please stop talking about it, Rue. We gotta get away from the situation. Let's move on here. Later, Rue is quizzing Jules about how many one-night stands she's had, trying to get personal and trying to learn about someone in the relationship. This leads to a conversation about Rue's limited experience. So we pretty much learn about Rue's sex life for the first time in the series. All she knows is life is not a Nicholas Sparks novel. Ollie's got an even less rose-colored take on Rue's new relationship. Nothing in high school lasts forever. I can definitely agree with that. That's a pretty good point there. It might be on and off, but it doesn't last. At Narcotics Anonymous, Rue admits to the group that she's been lying every time she collected a chip. So yeah, she finally admits it. But she met someone and she's helped, and now she wants to stay clean. Jules, of course, knowing that she hasn't taken drugs in 13 days. When she's done, they applaud. So they're happy she admits to the lie. I mean, they're very accepting people. So yeah. Rue, Jules, and Lexi go roller skating, a nice little bond between the three. It's all fun and disco lights until Lexi tells Jules that Rue's positive trajectory is all because of her. You know? I don't know why Lexi would say that. It kind of ruins the whole vibe. The sentiment is something Jules hears from her dad earlier in the episode, and she doesn't like it either time. At the end of the evening, Rue asks if she can stay at Jules' place, and though Jules hesitates, she eventually agrees. It's very toxic. Like, if you're getting uncomfortable, you gotta tell the person about it. The look of terror on Jules' face as Rue snoozes in her arms later, though, makes it look like Allie's prediction will come to fruition sooner rather than later. Yeah, who knows where that relationship will go? It kind of sucks for Jules. I kind of feel bad for her. Like, you don't want to say, "Oh my God, what the fuck are you doing?" Like, you don't want to say it in that way to your friend, but it sucks, dude. It really does. Ethan wonders why Kat is ignoring his text and giving him attitude. Let's get to the Ethan and Kat situation, their whole dynamic, which is on the, dude, I keep pointing the wrong way. On the picture right here. He doesn't know that after thinking she ditched her at the carnival, she had twin epiphanies. That guys are pathetic, and there's nothing more powerful than a fat girl who doesn't give a fuck. True? Twin epiphanies, jeez. Decked out in a body halter and a choker, she picks up a guy at the mall. Fucking good God. And even he is surprised by how quickly she wants to hook up. It's fucking weird. It's very clingy. Females are very sexual in a sense, really. After their very short interlude in his car, very short, he tells her she rocked his world hard. Oh, man. So Kat's getting some street rep out here. And Kat struts out of that parking lot like she just got crowned homecoming queen. She kind of did in a sort. McKay and Cassie, let's get to their situation. McKay apologizes to Cassie for denying the relationship at the carnival and promised he's proud to be her boyfriend. I don't know who wouldn't. Sydney Sweeney is, like, gorgeous. And then she tells him about the penis photos on Nate's phone, even though Maddie's now denying she ever said anything about them and vowing to mess Cassie up if she spreads the rumor. Too late. I think McKay's going to spread the rumor. Knowing how much of an asshole that Nate is, I feel like McKay definitely wants to get him in trouble. I don't know who would want to be friends with Nate. McKay, you got to get away from that man. He's just going to ruin your life with the relationship like Cassie's. Yeah, people got to get away from him. People got to repel from him. People got to realize that this is a bad person. He doesn't deserve any forgiveness. He doesn't deserve any remorse for anything that happens to him in his life. I'm sorry. I know. If you're from a religious standpoint, give this guy some forgiveness. But dude, he is the biggest asshole I've ever met on TV. On a TV episode or show or whatever. He's abused women. He has swindled women almost into his grasp. It's very fucking weird. And it's just He exposes people that shouldn't be exposed, that are very good people. He hurts innocent people. It's just terrible. He lures people into his dad's place so they can just get fucking humiliated or whatever. I don't know. Be used like a toy. That's going to be it, though. I'm going to possibly take a little break and then go edit the Drake video. And hopefully that'll be up by 3 o'clock this afternoon. So, yeah, I'm out.